And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, we're not too far away from the big goal of 50,000 subscribers. Very close, just over 1,000 away now. So if you haven't already hit that big red button yet, please consider doing so. And in return, we'll keep you on the straight and narrow with everything with regards to the football club this season. Guys, we have got a bit of transfer news for you in today's video. It has been very quiet ever since the sort of endo was announced. We did think that the club were going to move pretty swiftly after a chaotic couple of weeks. Prior to that, of course, the club did flex their sort of financial muscles and were basically stating that they were willing to break a Premier League record to bring in Moises Caicedo. But consequently, I did miss out on both Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia to Chelsea, which was a huge blow at the time. However, in the fallout to that, we did go and sign a kind of unknown within the sort of Premier League. If you like, a lot of Liverpool fans didn't know who Endo was, but Liverpool managed to snap him up pretty quickly, and it's almost seen as a bit of a stopgap, a player that can come in and do a role. But most of us fans, pundits, Jamie Carragher, have been under the impression as well that the club are going to be going out to sign at least another player, and I'm still confident the club will sign another player before the end of the transfer window, which is where we're going to be leading on to in today's transfer news. But I also stated that the club need to try and sign 2 more players. I do feel a centre-back is needed, especially with the warning sign there. Take the weekend there as a warning sign. Virgil van Dijk likely to be out for 2 games due to his suspension going to be extended due to the dramatics on the pitch afterwards. Then, of course, the situation with Konate. You know, if you lose those 2 players, you're going into a season Thursday, Sunday, looking to try and compete on all fronts, then there is a bit of a problem there. So that's a situation that needs to sort of be ironed out with regards to him. And I do think that we do need those 2 signings in through the door over the next sort of 3 days. Now, as I said, the player that we have in terms of, we have got transfer news for you, incoming and outgoing. But the first one I want to discuss, well, the first bit I'm going to discuss is the exciting stuff, and that's with regards to an incoming. Now, just a quick one, guys, to tell you that this video is sponsored by Slick Gorilla. Slick Gorilla is the leading men's hairstyling brand that offers high quality and innovative hair products. It has built a cult following by blending trends, creativity, and style, successfully disrupting the men's hair care industry. They are offering all LFC News viewers 15% off all their products, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. Basically, reports out in Germany, Florian Plettenberg is a very reputable journalist within the Germany space, in the German football space. And of course, with Jorge Schmadtke, we're basically targeting a lot of Bundesliga players. You can see with sort of Szoboszlai, you can see with sort of Endo, you can see that sort of situation. That's the pool of talent that we look like we're kind of monitoring at the moment. Now, with regards to what Florian Plettenberg has said, he has basically stated the feeling that is that Liverpool could push for Ryan Gravenberch in the next days. Bayern is waiting for concrete offers. He's the number 4 central midfielder under Thomas Tuchel. Gravenberch wants to play regularly and is unhappy with this situation. The player has not been informed of a potential swap deal so far. Gravenberch is one to watch until transfer deadline day. Now, this does kind of feel like the player we're going to be going in for, Ryan Gravenberch, and he's a player that's never really gone away ever since the sort of end of the season. He's the player that we spoke about a lot on the channel. We know his situation at Bayern Munich was really good at Ajax Amsterdam. You know, blown a lot of people away. A lot of European giants were in for the player. Of course, Ajax convey a belt of talent. However, has of course gone out to the Bundesliga and hasn't really been given the opportunity. Didn't play an awful amount of games last season. A lot of competition within the Bayern ranks, and you know the Bayern objective is to also win. So you don't really get eased into that. It's a bit like Liverpool, which does have my reserves on the actual player himself. You know, I do rate Ryan Gravenberch. I did watch him at Ajax a few times, and he was a very good talent. However, the one thing to me is that the Bundesliga isn't the best league in the world these days, and if he can't get into a Bayern team that especially was struggling last year, it makes you kind of wonder, what is he going to be good enough for Liverpool going forward? I do think as well, under 2 coaches, Nagelsmann and Thomas Tuchel, we can't get into the team. Is there an issue there that we're not maybe looking at? But then again, I'm not an expert in that area. If Jurgen Klopp usually identifies a player that he wants, then he usually will make them better. And, you know, he always has the final say with regards to a player. So, I mean, I would take Ryan Gravenberch, of course, but there's certainly one to watch over the next couple of days. That comes from Germany, very reputable source in Florian Plettenberg. Pretty much knows the ins and outs with regards to Bayern Munich, but basically name-checked Liverpool. He didn't name-check Manchester United. They're a side that have been sort of registering interest in him as well, but it does look like it's Liverpool who are the team being name-checked with the potential move for the player. So a very, very interesting one to watch. I do feel, as I said, we are going to make a move for a midfielder, probably a deadline day deal, unfortunately. So we're going to be right to the wire. Hopefully, as I said, the club pull the finger out, get 2 players in. Because I think, despite the circumstances that we've had going into this season, I think 7 points on the board from the games we went to, Stamford Bridge, St James's Park, 10 men for 2 of those games. I think it's a very, very good start. And there should be, if I'm FSG, I'm hedging my bets and going, Klopp, who do you want? Who do you want? Go get a couple of players in that you want. We've got £120 million to spend. What's going to make this team compete for titles? Let's make a push. I think we're only 2. It sounds crazy, but our array attacking talent, I think, actually within the team is the best in the league. I genuinely do believe that. There is a few things to sort out. The midfield as well is unbelievable. Szoboszlai and McAllister coming in as well. So, yes, we need a little bit more strength and depth, I think, especially with that defence area and that midfield area. But I do genuinely sit here and believe and talk to you down this microphone. If we make 2 good signings, I'm not talking about crap. I'm talking about 2 good signings that's going to improve this starting 11. I think we can compete on all fronts. I think we can genuinely go out and win the Europa League and go win the league title. It sounds super crazy, but I've seen enough, and I've seen enough from our players. Our attacking talent is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Our midfield is great as well. It just needs those few more tweaks, and I genuinely think we can have a successful season this year. So, is Ryan Gravenberch going to be that addition that we need? Possibly. Certainly a young player, one for the future as well. But I do think we need another defender. So hopefully more news comes out with regards to that over the next couple of days, sorry. A couple of weeks, let's not have that. I don't want to be starting transfer rumours all the way in September for January. But yeah, hopefully over the next couple of days we have something started. But that's the headlines today, guys. Florian Plettenberg has basically said that there is a feeling that Liverpool could make a deadline day move for Ryan Gravenberch. So interesting stuff with regards to that. With regards to an outgoing, there has been reports stating that Joe Gomez, of all people, could be a target for Saudi Arabia. Now, I know the club have basically stated that they don't want any players going out of the door. However, you know, crazy money possesses, then maybe, why not? But again, we definitely need to replace him. If there's going to be big money move for Joe Gomez, I'd be willing to let him go. But as I said, that would mean we need some more strength and depth within the defensive areas. So it remains to be seen with regards to what happens there. But as I said, that's the main bits of news today. Joe Gomez is a subject of Saudi interest, and of course Ryan Gravenberch could be made a last-minute move by Liverpool as our sort of 4th signing and final signing of this huge rebuild that we were promised. But yeah, interesting stuff there, guys. That, I think, is it with regards to news. I'm just trying to think of any other bits and pieces in my head. I don't think so. I think we have pretty much covered everything. I'm just trying to think. No, everything's done. Everything's covered. There might be a bit more news on Mo Salah and Al Ittihad links a bit later on. Who knows with regards to that situation. I doubt he will leave, but you know what these Saudis are like. Probably going to go hammer and tong over the next couple of days. So we'll see what happens with regards to that as well. But Liverpool fans, that's all I've got for you. Please do make sure you check out our channel sponsors, Slick Gorilla, and get your 15% off all hair products. As I said, I use the product personally every single day, and that's how I shape my hair. It is the best styling products I've ever used, especially the sort of wax that I use for it. I used to use hairspray all the time to try and keep the shape. I literally just use a little bit of that wax and it stays like this for the whole day. Genuinely, wind and rain, my hair stays like this. So it's the best wax on the market. Genuinely, you will never ever go back. So do get your 15% off by going down into the link in the description, guys. Thank you. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.